Welcome back. Today we're going to be learning how to draw a firefly, and this goes along with the book that we read, The Very Lonely Firefly, written and illustrated by Eric Carle. So what you're going to need is, because we're going to kind of recreate one of the last pages of the books where there's the fireworks. So, and you don't, this is just, I'll give you an alternative, also if you don't have the paints. So you're going to use some paint, and if you have a paper towel roll or a toilet paper roll, you're going to want that. So initially it's going to kind of look like that, and then what you're going to do is you're just going to cut into it, and ultimately they're going to fan out like this. And you're going to need some paintbrushes and some water, and you're going to paint all the different, and you can do like a pattern, or it actually doesn't even really matter how it's painted, because it's going to be used as a, to print what would look like exploding fireworks. So I have not tried this, so I'm experimenting with this idea with you. So we'll see. So this would be kind of like what it would be like for you if you've never done this. I've never done this. So you're going to take this, I'm going to put it, and you're going to print, and you can see that not a lot of paint comes off, but you're still getting kind of this, if you twist it, oh, that's pretty cool too. So it's giving like a little texture to some fun thing that you can do if you've got these. Now, if you don't want to use that, or you kind of want to give more details so that it would look more like fireworks. So now we've got, this is like our background. So you're just going to draw a circle, and then lines coming out. Similar, so just straight or curvy lines kind of coming out. So I'll show you in the book. As you can see, similar to the book, Eric Carle has like all these dots in the background, and then he layered more detail, showing more of the detail of the fireworks. So in a way, this kind of gives a layer to that. So then I'm going to get another color and do a circle down here, and then curvy line straight, kind of making it just look like it's kind of just exploding. And I'm going to do one more. So I used kind of like a bluish color, a pinky color. I think I'll go for like an orange. Circle. And that's my background. That's going to be, I'm going to put my firefly on top of that. So I'm going to put this aside for now. And it's not wet, so if you do decide to do this, now if you decide that you don't want to do this and you don't want to use anything with the paper towel roll, the toilet paper, you can, and if you want to use the paint, I'm going to get a piece of paper. This is just my scrap paper. You could just do a circle, and then just do some lines. circle, do some lines. Circle. And do some lines. And again, it's just to kind of give the background to your firefly something more than just the white background. All right, so I am done with the paint, so I'm going to put that away. I'm going to put this aside so it can dry, and then I can show you how to use that. And now, so the firefly has a body, and it has 2 wings, and it has antennae, and it has 6 legs. All right, so just moving some of my stuff around here. Okay. Making sure everything's going to be able to dry in time. All right, so with Eric Carle's firefly, here's the body, and then here's the light, right? And remember, it's a cold light, it's not a warm light. And the wings, and then we have the legs, right? And there's, just like on the ladybug, there's 3 on each side, symmetrical. And then we have the head, the eyes, and the mouth, and then the antennae or the feelers. Okay, so we're going to start with the body. I'm going to have a brown. So it's so the ladybug was like a big oval. This is more like a skinnier oval. Skinnier oval, just like that. Almost kind of looks like a hot dog. And then we're going to do more of a pointed, it's going to go down and then back up. So it's pointed. And color that in. That's the light. And we're going to hold off on coloring in the body because we want to wait. Because we're going to draw in the legs, and then we'll color in the body. All right, so now I'm going to do the wings. So it's like another skinnier oval, skinnier oval, skinnier oval, and it's 2 on each side. So oval, 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 and then an oval. And now, green for the head, and that's just a circle. Right? And then now we're going to add his antennae. It's a line, and a circle, line, and a circle. And we're going to use the orange also for the legs. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3. So you can just do over and up, over and down, over and down. All right, and do the same over here, over and up, over and down, over and down. And you see how you have 1, 2, 3 on one side, and 1, 2, 3 on the other side. Now we're going to make his eyes. We're going back to the yellow. 1 eye, 2 eyes. I'm going to use the blue for the center of his eye. And then I think I'm going to give him a nice smile. Right? Isn't he cute? Super cute. All right, so now I need to get my crayons. So I have my green crayon. I just need to get a brown crayon. Oops, that's a purple. gonna start with my brown and do his body. This actually is called chestnut. I think that would be a fun job to kind of come up with what are the names of some of these colors. All right, and I need to get my red. And I think I might do the wild strawberry red or regular red. Maybe we'll go for regular red. This is just regular red. Now the markers are always good to draw with. I don't really recommend coloring with them because again, the crayons really give you that the fine motor, but coloring in the light with the marker is makes it a little brighter. The crayon wouldn't be so bright. But if you want to color that in with the crayon as well, you can, or just follow what I did. All right, so the last thing is color his head. I have my green. And I'm just gonna, now this is the tricky part, is it with the green is coloring around his eyes so that you're not gonna go into the eyes. So that's the tricky part. We'll see if you can do that. If you can, awesome. If you can't, no problem, just more practice, right? Practice makes perfect. All right, so I got my crayons all over here, I got my markers over here. So now what I need to do is that so it's not very interesting to just take this, and my paper is exactly the same size. That's not really gonna work. So I have my paper, and now I have to cut this guy out. That's tricky. So thumb up, and we're just gonna cut around everything that we drew. And you can help your child with this because this would be pretty challenging for some. However, sometimes teaching them, all right, I got rid of my excess and now I'm just gonna go back in and get the rest of this. But it's always good to just give your kids some verbal cues while they're cutting and let them try, rather than they try and then they just immediately give up. If they kind of do half and you do half, or you cut a little bit, they cut a little bit, whatever's going to get them to feel invested and participate in the activity. Because ultimately, it's about their learning how to do this and persist through it. And because we all know how to cut. And cutting is a skill set that is very important for our fingers. So as you can see, I'm cutting around the more detailed cuts to kind of get rid of the excess paper, which is sort of getting in my way. So that's a good thing to teach your child. And then you go back in, even if they are able to just cut around the whole thing and then you go in and do the detail, or you go in and show them one side, because what's great is that because we're dealing with symmetrical creatures this time around, if you cut one side out, show them how to do it, and then they can cut the other side. And if there's an older sibling, they can always show how to do this, but it's important for your child to try. Okay, so now I have cut out my firefly, and now he's ready to get glued on to the fireworks. I personally liked how this sort of made a really cool background, so I'm going to use this paper. And like I said, if you don't have any, it's a good way to use found objects for making texture on paper. All right, so I'm going to get my glue stick. All right, Remember, we don't want it that high up, we want it low. And we're gonna go around. And this time it's going around and going into all these little tiny small things. So that might, and so then you can decide, like, how do you want your firefly? I think I'm gonna put them like this. And now, very cool. All right, I hope you guys had fun, and I can't wait to see all your creations. All right, see you later.